Welcome to the Drayway. I am so glad you're here. It's good to see you. We got a lot to talk about. Let's go. Yes, it's time we discuss something, folks. It's time we talk about this. It's time we talk about billionaires. Yeah, I said the B word. Billionaires. I want to know what makes us think billionaires give a damn about the rest of us. Because I'm here to tell you they don't. They don't care at all. You want to know why? Because they're really, really rich. Yeah, they have like a lot of money. So they have no worries, no concerns. But what do? This is what we do. We go, you know what? We got to figure out how to run this country. We got to figure out the best way. Here we have hundreds of millions of people in this country. People that are worried about raising a family, having enough food on the table, having enough money in my pocket so I can feel some type of security. You know what we should do? We should put people in charge that have no idea what our life experience is like. None. They don't even go to the grocery store. They don't even pay an electric bill. They have no idea what any of that stuff is like. They have no idea what it is to set up payment arrangements. Do you think any of these billionaires even know what a payment arrangement is? They're like, payment arrangement? What's that for? Yeah. So we thought as a country, not me, but plenty of people thought it would be a great, hey, I got a great idea. You know, let's put a billionaire in charge of the country again. And let's let this billionaire put other billionaires all around him. Yeah. So it's like a big collection of billionaires that have no idea what life is really like, what our lives are really like, what your life is like in Alabama, Arkansas, Ohio, West Virginia, Florida. They have no idea what your life is like. So what did we do? We voted a billionaire into office. And what did this billionaire do? The billionaire said, you know what? I'm going to surround myself with other billionaires that don't give a damn about you people either. So now there's a whole collection of people in the government that are really, really rich that don't give a shit about you. Congratulations. Oh, good job. Good job. That's what we have to look forward to for the next, 3-4 years? Congratulations. A bunch of rich people that don't give a damn about you. Tell me how this makes sense. In the comments, first of all, I'm Drayton Nay. Welcome to the Drayway. I'm really glad you're here. I didn't mean to get started off on a rant, but I just want to know, what is a billionaire going to do for you? When was that? Let's stop. Let me stop. Let me ask you just one question. When was the last time a billionaire did anything for you? I don't know, bought you something, took you to the airport, helped you move, watched your child while you had to go work? What? Somebody tell me what a billionaire has done for you that you thought it would be a great idea. You know what? Hey, you know what we should do? We should put people in the White House that have no idea what our life is like. That's what you did. That's what we've done. And now Donald Trump is literally surrounding himself with other billionaires. And how does that benefit you? It doesn't. It doesn't benefit you at all. It's just another huge mistake that we keep making. We keep making this mistake over and over and over again. Every single time Republicans get into the White House, they go to jail afterwards. Yeah, they're indicted, they go to jail. It happens every time. And I don't know why we keep putting them in office thinking something's going to change. It's not. They don't get stuff done, and they end up in jail because they're criminals. And Donald Trump has literally surrounded himself with criminals, or in this case, offenders. Yeah, and you know what type of offenders, right? Yeah, he's surrounded himself with those type of people too. But I guess nowadays we're okay with that. But let me know what you think in the comments. I want to hear from you in the comments. Does it make sense to have billionaires in government? Billionaires that think everything is about profit and can't possibly understand that when we all come together to do common good, we can do that. We've done it before, and we can continue to do it. But rich people think it's all about profit. It's all about, hey, let's make our prisons for profit. Let's make our schools for profit. Let's make, everything for profit. I guess we should make firefighters and policemen for profit, right? It doesn't make any sense. But I want to know what you think in the comments. Welcome to the Dre Way. I'm glad you're here. We got more to talk about. Stay right here. Everybody wants me to talk about real estate and my real estate prediction for 2025. What's my real estate prediction for 2025? It's going to be a mess. Yeah, especially in the South, a mess. Texas, a mess. Florida, a mess. And when I say a mess, take a look at Texas. Take a look at the number of foreclosures that are now taking place throughout Texas. It is staggering. And guess what? It's growing larger and larger and larger. And do you know how many people right now are teetering on losing their house as it is right now across the country? How many people are already 30, 60, 90 days behind on their mortgage payments? The number keeps growing, folks. And as that number keeps growing, more and more people are going to be losing their house. Why? Well, it's not difficult to figure out. Prices have gotten too high, and people make money forcing you into a house that you can't afford. Because when it's all said and done, if you don't remember what was going on just 2 years ago, and now every single real estate guru every single realtor, now's a great time to buy a house. Now's a great time to buy. You got to buy a house. 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 Oh my God, 2 years ago it was, and I'm sitting there going, no. You don't want to buy a house at the peak of the market. That's a really, really bad idea. Oh, the real estate's just going to go to the moon. And, if you're as old as I am, you remember people saying that all the time. Like when I was down in Florida, 2005, 2006. Oh, real estate's just going to keep going to the moon. How'd that work out? Yeah, not so well, did it? Yeah, and it's not going to work out well this time either. People are asking me over and over again, should I buy a house? Should I buy a house? Should I buy in Florida? No, you should not buy a house in Florida. If you have to go to Florida, just rent a place. It's a lot cheaper and a lot easier just to rent a house in Florida. You don't want to buy. Same thing in Texas. You don't want to buy. Right now, sometimes renting is a really, really good idea because you can get into a house for little money and you can take the other money and invest that money towards a business or in the stock market. I like to start a business with it. I would rather be making money in a business than forking over 150,000 just to get into a house. That right now doesn't make sense. So what are we going to see in 2025? Real estate's not going anywhere, folks. You're not going to see 6, 8, 10, 12% gains. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Could it happen in certain areas in Boston and upper New Jersey? Yeah, it could. But for most of the rest of the country, yeah, you're looking at prices staying flat or going down considerably, especially if you're in the Arizona area, the Texas area, Louisiana, and Florida. You're going to have a very, very rough 2025. So what to do? Don't ask me, because I'm going to keep giving you the same answer. Rent. Rent. Now is a good time to rent. Now is not a good time to buy. And if you're thinking about buying a new home, you don't need a real estate agent to buy a new home today. Absolutely, positively, do not use a real estate agent to buy a new home. You better have an attorney. You better have an attorney, because a lot of these newer homes that are being built are garbage. Garbage. They are built like trash. And I mean like trash. Over and over and over again. I see home inspectors going into these houses, newly built, that were built like garbage. And you people are paying $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 for garbage. So if you must buy a new house, do not use a real estate agent. Use an attorney that can protect all your rights and make sure that you have a good qualified person to look over your home before closing on it. And make sure in the contract you are not obligated to close on that house until that house is built correctly, or do not get involved. That is an absolute must, because I can't tell you how many people are like, well, I have to close, or I lose this, or lose the deposit, or this or that. No. You make sure that you are not obligated to buy a house unless that house is made perfectly. If it's not, you can walk. Welcome to the Dre Way. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm glad you're here. Join me every day for the Dre Way. The Dre Way is on every single day. And I'm glad you're here, but we have more to talk about, so stay right there. Don't go anywhere. Oh, by the way, subscribe. Did I mention that? I should have mentioned that. I'm sorry. I'm just in that mood today. I'm in that mood. Let me be in a mood, will you? Stay right there. Okay, let's talk about gold and silver. Let's talk about gold and silver, because everybody keeps saying, Drayton, what about gold? What about silver? What about gold? What about silver? You guys keep asking me over and over and over again. So I'm going to answer you. Over the next 5 years, where do I think gold will be? Somewhere between $6,000 and $7,000 an ounce. I think gold and silver are finally going to start really being the investment of choice as inflation gets worse and worse and worse. I don't see an availability for inflation in this new economy of ours to be at 2% again. The way we continue to print money, the way we continue to be trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars in debt, and it just keeps going higher and higher and higher. And the solution is not lower interest rates. Lowering interest rates isn't going to help anything but spark more inflation. And we can't afford to have interest rates high, because the debt, just the interest on the debt, is too high. So what is my thinking? My thinking is gold and silver is extremely attractive over the next 5 to 7 years. I think it's going to be one of the better investment choices over the next 5 to 7 years. So I would definitely be looking at investing in gold and silver for that very reason. Do your own research, sit down and look at it, but certainly you have to know that gold and silver perform well when there's inflation. Just like, I was telling my friends and everything, gold at 1980, buy all you can, because it's going up to 3,000. It's going. And sure enough, it's on its way. But what do I see over the next 5, 7 years? I see gold going even higher. And my estimations, over the next 5 to 7 years, $6,000 to $7,000. So, and there's something comfortable about owning gold and silver. There's something very comfortable about it. If you want more information, if you need more information about how to invest in gold and silver, I'll be more than happy to help you out. Just hit me up in the comments. But, I like talking about real estate, but I don't think real estate is the investment over the next 5 to 7 years. I think prices got too high. When do we see new highs? It could be 10, 12, 15 years until we see new highs in real estate. And I'm not joking. If I had to put money on it, I would say somewhere between 12 and 15 years. And I'm not joking. So where do I think the things are going to be better? I'm always going to bet on the United States. The stocks that I bought in the 70s and 80s have done well. If you buy into the stock market, you're betting on America, and I will always bet on America. We have the greatest country in the world. USA is the thing to bet on. If you're always wondering, what do I bet on? Always bet on America. But always have that hedge too with gold and silver. So yeah, I'm as optimistic as on the United States as I can be. I think American business continues to lead the world, and I think that is where investment dollars should be headed right now, is in gold, silver, and the stock market as well. Will we go through some turbulent times? Absolutely. But if you're consistently investing into the market over the years, you will consistently do well. Real estate over the next, decade, I don't expect this to hit new highs. That's the way I see it. That's the way I'm calling it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for joining me on the Dre Way. Don't forget, the Dre Way is on your TV or on your phone every single day. Make sure you subscribe. I really appreciate you guys being here. It's time to go. I'll see you tomorrow, though, on the Dre Way. Have a great day, everybody.